Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. I'm Bogus Meat Factory.
Distantly.
How are y'all doing tonight? Hopefully you're doing well. We're playing some Shenmue. This is a miracle, right? Yes, boom, Prince Quest. Awesome. I am currently live, right? Yes, I'm live. Boink. Awesome. Hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. It's been a while. Fingers crossed that things go smoothly. Who knows how that's going to go. We're going to play some Shenmue 3. Where we last left off, Joe Hazuki was going to search for thugs. The endless search for thugs. One that we're going to be doing for a long time, I think. So, just as a heads up again, I'm a stay-at-home dad, so if my daughters get up, they've been a little under the weather, and my youngest has had some health issues. So if they get up, I have to take care of them first and foremost. So I appreciate your patience with that, but if it happens, you know, we do have to end the stream a little early. We're going to give it a shot, and hopefully we'll get moving along pretty thoroughly tonight. Whew, it's been a crazy week. Let's see. Both microphone audio and gameplay are being broadcast. Hello, hello. That's the one. Not that one. That one. That loads. Boink. And boink, 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 boink. There we go. Alright, so we last left off, it was 7 p.m. We were going to go talk to the stonemason, track down one of the stonemasons that the men were trying to go after. Happens to live right here.
Excuse me. Is there a stonemason named Mr. K here?
Mr. K.
Why do you ask?
Ooh, hello. Whoa.
I heard that some thugs came through town
Beefy.
and caused a lot of damage recently.
Thugs, you say?
Yes. There were two. One had a spider tattooed on his head.
Oh, those guys. Yeah, they came by. They were screaming, "Where's the Phoenix Mirror?"
Where's the Phoenix Mirror?
Searched my house.
Where's the money, Lebowski?
See,
There's a clue. You're sure they said
The
Phoenix,
Phoenix
Mirror?
Mirror?
yep.
I'm looking for stonemasons. Do you know any others?
Why are you looking for them?
It seems those thugs are targeting the village's stonemasons.
Well, there's a young guy named Yan Shin down in the Rainbow Basin.
Ooh. Our first lead.
I hope they
First
haven't
real
gotten
lead.
to him.
The Rainbow Basin. Got it. Thanks.
No problem.
Okay. Yanshin down on the Rainbow Basin, but it's getting late. We should probably go
It's
see.
gotten so dark.
Call it a
Maybe I
night.
should head back to Shenmue's house.
Let's head back to Shenmue's house. Yeah. Ba-da-bum, 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 boom, boom.
Hey, Shenhua.
What
Shenmue!
is it, Leon?
I spoke with Ka Jun Hao, the stonemason. He says the thugs attacked him too.
Oh no.
He's fine. Don't worry.
That's a relief.
Yes. He said that his house got wrecked, though,
Why would they do that?
because they were after the Phoenix Mirror.
Really? So, what do we do now?
I heard a stonemason by the name of Yan Xing lives in the Rainbow Basin.
Oh no, Yanxing.
You know him?
Yes. He trained under my father. We've hosted him at the house several times.
That's good to know.
One of my friends know that I'm live. And he's
Okay.
like, oh man, I can't watch tonight, but how you doing? Things going okay?
There
Like,
aren't
well,
many men in
kinda live.
Oh?
There are a lot of kids and elderly people, but nobody
Nobody
in
in
between.
between.
That's because the men are in the city.
Is this why everyone's so
All day, every
thirsty?
day?
Yes. Around this time each year, they leave their families behind to go work in the city.
Huh.
This is why they're
That must be
thirsty.
tough.
All the
It
ladies are
is.
thirsty.
Some of them never come back.
Really?
I've
Crack
heard
the
stories
code.
about men who get used to city life and decide they'd rather just stay.
Wow.
Is it true?
Is what true?
Is the city really that nice?
Well, it's definitely more convenient than Bailu.
So, you prefer the city?
It's not an either-or situation.
Why not?
Home is wherever my family, friends, and loved ones are.
Smart move, Dio.
So people matter most to you.
Yeah.
Alright, let's talk to Shenhua. Shenhua.
Hey, Shenhua.
What is it, Leo?
I've been thinking about Yan.
What about him?
What was the drawing of the mirror in his room?
I have no idea.
Did he ever tell you anything about it?
Not a thing. I'd never even seen it before. He always told me never to touch his work desk.
Never to touch his work desk.
I see. The pattern on his mirror, the Phoenix Mirror, and the carving in the cave. They've got to be connected somehow.
I think you're right. They could also be linked to his disappearance.
We should ask around for more information about your father.
Good idea. Say, Leo,
Yeah?
one more question about your father.
Go ahead.
What did he do?
He ran the Hazuki Dojo.
So he was a martial arts instructor?
Yeah, a tough one. His students feared him.
Did he scare you too?
Did he scare me? No.
No, he didn't scare me.
Not even a little?
I haven't feared a single opponent I've ever faced.
Your father's an
That
opponent?
includes my father.
Impressive. You're a pretty tough guy.
You think? I mean, I don't know.
You're not sure?
I want to get stronger as much as the next guy, but I'd never call myself tough.
Why not?
I feel like my father will come storming up to me the second I do, yelling, "Don't be so full of
Don't be so
yourself."
full of yourself.
So he did scare you after all.
Huh? No.
No.
I mean, he just... Okay, you win.
You win. Dio, it's not a competition. Come on. We're all on the same team here. Let's get some sleep. So we trained up in our Kung Fu. We're gonna do a little more training, I think, to get ready. I'm gonna do a little bit more training, maybe a day's worth. It's slow right now, nobody's around. Nobody's watching. If you are, pipe up, we'll continue that story, but...
Leo, it's morning.
Right.
I dig the new shirt I got. I think that's really cool. Works well with the jacket. Go to the Rainbow Basin to meet Yanshin. We're not going to do that right away. But we're going to talk to Shenhua on our way out.
Good morning, Leo.
Good morning.
Did you get enough rest?
Yeah.
You have to. say goodbye.
Hey, Shenhua.
Yeah? Headed to the village?
I am. I need to find those thugs.
Okay. Thank you so much.
It's interesting. Oh, sorry, wrong button. So what we're gonna do tonight is try our best to get as much done as we can, but I do want to do some more training. I think that Tio's not fully prepared yet for this fight.
Leon.
He's
See
got
you
two
later.
thugs. I don't know. We'll see.
See you soon.
Maybe get his stamina up a little bit more. Get his attack going, his kung fu. Maybe do some of the raise the ranks. Let's raise the ranks in the kung fu tournament, the martial hall. I think that might be a good idea. That might be a good idea. Just to kind of get ourselves warmed up. What do we got in terms of... Okay, we got lots of stuff to heal ourselves, so we'll be fine. It's time to fight.
Excuse me.
How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you're all doing well. Don't be shy. Come in and say hi.
Or fight one of the monks.
We do a little bit of Shenmue 3. Doing some fighting.
You're after
We're
a
taking
fight?
things slow, too. So I apologize if it
You
seems a
shall
little more
face
dull.
Blue Tiger.
But in
Fight
reality,
yours
what I really
to
want to
lose.
do with Shenmue is kind of highlight all of the awesomeness that makes it so special, and sometimes that is taking it a little slow. It's not doing the more monotonous things. I don't want to do a lot of grinding. What I really want to do is kind of highlight the stuff that makes it unique and interesting. So, we're going to do a little bit of combat. Combat's fun. Hey Eric, how's it going, man? Long time no see. Oh. Dude, we're playing Shenmue. How are you? Oops. Sorry, dude. It's 3 a.m., but you're still awake. Well, it's good to see you. I am doing Shenmue, man. I'm having a blast. 100%. Can you believe you never played Shenmue? You're in for a treat, my friend. There we go. Well, I mean, I don't blame you necessarily. It is one of those games that you kind of have to...
You defeated
It's
Blue
one of my
Tiger.
favorite designers. What?
Your rank
Then
rises
what-
without objection.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Eric,
But this is not
what are you
the
doing?
end. Far from it.
So, I mean, you've heard me rant on and on endlessly, I am sure, about the benefits of Shenmue, right? And here's the thing. It is methodical, like Yu Suzuki is, right? If you played a virtual fighter game, you understand the pace of combat, right? It is meticulous, it is planned, and if you rush and button mash, you just get demolished.
You certainly like to
And it
fight.
is a great attention to detail and character development. Yes, some of the dialogue's very cheesy. Its execution, very cheesy. Shenmue 3 is a little improved in terms of the voice acting, I think. But it is just colorful. It is very Shenmue, and it's hard to describe Shenmue in reality. Because it's not just an adventure game, it's not a fighting game, it's not an action RPG, it's none of those things. It really is kind of... Oh, dude, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. You doing okay? Okay. Nope, run, yo. Run, yo. There we go. Run back, run back, run back. Come on. Oh, Jesus. Stay back. Stay back, Dio. Oh, I lost. Is attention to this? I mean, don't you have the option to run Shenmue with the original weather, or the actual? Yes.
Polish your techniques on
So
wooden dummy.
you actually have that option to play the original Shenmue with the actual weather data from that day, those days, and it's pretty fantastic. I'm gonna do a little more training. Is what we're gonna do. We're gonna train. Let me heal up, and we're gonna train. Is what we're gonna do.
Excuse me.
Because I got a big fight coming up.
Here to train. Have you come to
And
spar
that
or fight one of
that
the
passion, that attention to detail,
would
is
it
also kind of a personal philosophy. So when I talk about like what makes Shenmue so special, is that
have
Shenmue is
the
very
perfect sparring
unabashedly
partner.
emotional,
This
right?
is Red
It's
Tiger.
very
You
transparent
may
in its
start
message,
immediately.
but in this idea that we should be improving ourselves and bettering ourselves as people, and the game very much encourages that as well. So it's interesting that when you play a game like Shenmue, and you realize that it's trying to teach you about life. It's Yu Suzuki kind of imparting his knowledge to a younger generation, talking about not being so quick to rush to emotions and to always kind of antagonize people, but also to think with your mind, but also to do the right thing. And it's really trying to make you a better person in reality. I know that sounds so cheesy to say, but in reality, that's what it is. Shenmue is really all about talking to a younger generation and saying, slow it down and enjoy things. Yeah, and it's rare. It's rare to see. So when we, people always kind of make fun of, hey, I'm looking for sailors. They always take that kind of like first, hour of the game and apply that to the rest of it. It's far deeper than that. And it has this love for the martial arts, but not just the martial arts, but everything. Fishermen are passionate about fishing, and tailors are passionate about tailoring, and that happens. They express that passion in this game. It's all about having this obsessive love for these things that we do, and that makes it so special. That's why I love it.
What say
There's not very much like it.
Will you keep going?
And it makes me sad that people will always kind of brush it off. Like, I read reviews of this game recently, and they really didn't get it. Right now, Eric, sorry, we're sparring right now, so nobody can get hurt. And what happens is you have these certain moves that you can use as quick moves that level up and improve. Currently, I've got all the ones that I can do. Oops. Wow, I was switching things around like crazy. That you can do to master them. I've mastered all the ones I currently have, but I'm going to get some more in a bit. But also this will level up your character. So Diona has like an attack and a stamina and stuff like that, which he does through practicing. So we're just gonna up our attack a little bit more and maybe raise our stamina up before we kind of continue with the story. Anyways, I was reading these reviews, and it was frustrating because I was watching these reviewers genuinely judge it like a like the preconceived notions of what Shenmue are. Oh, it's silly. The voice acting's bad. Oh, looking for sailors, and but also like they didn't take the time to look at it. So one reviewer was like, the only way you could make money was by chopping wood in the game, and I was like, that's not true. You can make money much quicker by doing other things like gathering herbs and selling them, doing collections and selling them, but also there's a fishing game that you can do, which makes tons of money. But they didn't even see that in the review. And that just seems so strange to me, right? That you wouldn't notice that? That you wouldn't see that in your stuff. No, they had a narrow approach to the game. Yeah. And
Do you wish to
it's
come
frustrating
back anytime?
to see something that you love be so misrepresented, and even though you know that it's far better than that and far deeper than that, and people always kind of like compartmentalize that, they diminish it because it's funny for a punchline, and it's not fair to the game, especially not to Yu Suzuki, who pours his life into the stuff, and you can tell that his life is put into this. This really was his magnum opus, the thing he wanted to make the most. And it's a message. He's really trying to tell you something with this character. Dio represents like the younger generation, being impetuous, quick to anger, and always rushing ahead foolishly into danger for selfish means. And he's wanting to tell you that, hey, take it slow.
1-inch punch. Maybe I'll give
And we
it a
do
shot.
that. We do that here. They even add mechanics into this one that make you have to take it a little slow. Alright, so we're practicing 1-inch punch. One of the many mini games for training. But that was also kind of the mindset in Virtua Fighter, right? I'm playing Virtua Fighter, and it's another game that's very much that. Take it slow, read your opponent, and that's very much this as well. You can make those parallels very easily. We often approach games from a prejudiced approach. It's true. There's a lot of personal bias involved. Our own preconceived notions kind of cloud our ability to make the right judgments on what a game really is, but we also hold value to the wrong sorts of elements of a game, right? There are instances where a game is all about score. Then you judge it based on score, its gameplay ability, replayability, and very arcadey style. You judge an adventure game on the logic of its puzzles, not on its gameplay mechanics. You judge an FPS on the controls, on the responsiveness, as well as kind of its environments and the weapons that you're using. When they play Shenmue, they're judging it on the wrong type of genre that it isn't. They're kind of judging it as an action game, as an action sandbox game. And it's not a sandbox. It's not a true blue action game. It's more of an adventure game. So the closest that I could make the comparison to is something like LA Noire or recently Judge Eyes is a bit more applicable. This Virtua Fighter is amazing though. I haven't played it too much. I've played a lot of Virtua Fighter. I used to play in the competitive scene. I'm waiting to get my copy of Dune to play it. Hold on, 1 second. Let's wait until this is done to catch up on chat here. Hold on. We are doing our 1-inch punch here. Oh, so close. So I'm waiting to get my copy of Dune to play it, and something similar happens. People often play it as a war game, but it's not. It's a negotiation game. And it's just attacking the game punishes you. It's true. Dune has been one that I've been fascinated about, and I was recently doing research on it because I was always interested about the Sega CD version of Dune. Not knowing, I thought it was a different game than the DOS one. Everybody remembers Dune 2, and that's kind of more war game, where Dune 1, the original, is this weird RTS, adventure, interactive fiction. And I think it's really interesting. It's really interesting.
Maybe I'll
I love what it's like. It's a great soundtrack. It's true. I think it's so weird when a game gets so blatantly misunderstood, and there's people who tell me, if it's blatantly misunderstood, well, that's the fault of the developer, isn't it? And I'm like, no. People can make mistakes and let their preconceived notions cloud their judgment on something. People who are picky about food, I always make this analogy, right? It is not the fault of the fruit that a person doesn't like it. It's like they have different tastes, but also sometimes they come in with preconceived notions that make them intentionally taste bad to them, even though it tastes delicious. And that's the same way for games. People can be so judgmental, so biased towards something, and sometimes it works in their favor. I have a hard time getting into real-time strategy games, but at least I can respect them. I can look at a game like Dune and Warcraft and stuff like this and respect the genre and understand what it's trying to do and be like, yes, I endorse those things, but it's not for me.
Should I keep going?
They don't have that for Shenmue. They just think, oh, this is stupid, let's make fun of it. a lot lately. It's kind of sad. With evil characters people think are actually cool. Yeah, right. See? That's the thing. And they're not. They're meant to highlight how despicable they are. More than anything. Right? You think? Alright. So we're gonna head out. And look at this view, by the way. Look at this. This is Shenmue, man. How beautiful is this? So beautiful. It looks so good. The environments look great. The character models look very Shenmue. That's neither good nor bad. It's very distinct. I think that they look great, but I can see where other people would find the characters to look a little strange, but they were never meant to be ultra-realistic. In the first place, ever. Oh, also, this is crazy, right? Look. They even model the ground to show that this footpath is one that many people go on. Like, I think gaming needs to understand it. So, also, I was talking to Keyglyph. You remember Keyglyph on Racket Boy? I was talking to Keyglyph about this. How the review process kind of shades. Oh, hey guys.
Might I trouble you for a moment?
You may.
Hey, mister!
I helped this kid out.
By chance, you wouldn't happen to be...
Yes, I am the man your kind deeds helped heal. My grandson here owes you a great debt, so I just knew I had to meet you.
It was nothing, really.
I don't have much to give, but please, take this as a token of my thanks. This old thing is doing no good here.
Mr. Jean said it's worth a lot.
Oh, did they know?
It is yours if you want it.
Well then, I accept.
Bird carving.
Thank you very much.
And a pawn shop flyer, okay. The review process is very much geared toward this idea of mass consumption, right? Like, they have to go through it fast because they have that deadline of, you know, we've got to beat it in like 2 days, a day, or 2 days, and write a review as fast as we can because we have 5,000 other games we need to review. And it isn't conducive to certain styles of games. Things like Shenmue, Death Stranding is one, a whole variety of different types of games. It just doesn't work for them. And so they get kind of dismissed or reviewed poorly based on these harsh deadlines and this weird approach or concept of what a game should be. And players have taken that mindset, very eagerly, and much to the detriment of games in general. They're just eating it up as fast as they can and moving on. And I'm thinking about this very recent thing. Yes, it's true. The way that, like, so genres like MMORPGs, games that are kind of in-depth adventure games that have kind of more complex character relationships and in-depth systems that change based on multiple playthroughs. It's a hard thing to describe, but I will do so in the future on Shenmue, because there is some crazy systems in here that you don't see that alter kind of how the story progresses in weird ways. But they're just not, the review process isn't conducive to that. But that's also because of the hungry demand of fans, and also just this constant consumer mindset of what we should be doing with games. And it's not fair. It's not fair. We should be enjoying games thoroughly. Okay, we're gonna try to win this fight. I don't know if we're gonna win. I don't think we are. Vernon, hey! Whoa! Vernon, thank you for the subscription! Thank you! I didn't even notice it. Thank you, sorry. Hey, you get some awesome, there's an awesome emote. I'm gonna throw them down. Boom! Thanks for the subscription with Twitch Prime! Woo! The other ones are for the bigger subscriptions. Hopefully we get enough subscribers that we'll get some more stuff. And thank you for the follow, Eric. I appreciate it. Normally you'd have some really awesome notifications pop up on screen, but sadly I'm playing on PlayStation 4. So I don't have a capture card. It doesn't happen. You all just made my day.
Mess this kid up.
I'm not saying that like the review process is intentionally flawed. I have to focus here. Hold on. My brain is moving a mile a minute. Okay, dude. Oh, what the? Nope. I'm so screwed in this fight. Dio, what are you doing, buddy? You are not doing the right inputs. I'm so screwed. I'm gonna lose this fight because Dio just totally screwed the pooch. Oh man, we're gonna restart that. Yeah, it'll start over this way. I like the character design in this game. It is good. I enjoy it.
Like that?
I feel like Vernon.
Back to square one for you.
I feel like Vernon that there's a place for that type of review. Like I you know, the broad audience, the you know, fast paced, just pumping stuff out. And do feel like certain games benefit from that type of review process. I do feel that other games benefit from a different approach, and it's strange that people aren't transparent with that idea, right? As a reviewer, maybe you should approach it from that way. Maybe you should be honest and transparent and say, like, this is a game that will take some time. There are things inside of it that are complex, that I feel are rich and interesting, and I do think are worth taking the time to be able to highlight properly. And I think that fans in the gaming, you know, community should be understanding of that. They're not, sadly, but more different voices or different ways of approaching games. Things still move slowly. It's true, Eric. You know, you bring up a great point. Like, I think that multiple ways to approach things, but also we need more transparency with reviewers and the audience so that they can understand that sometimes these things are far more difficult to tack down and are far more complicated. And this weird, like, drive of, like, you have to get so much score on Metacritic at launch in order to get money, like the way the industry's built to encourage a different development style. And the way the review process encourages a different development style. And the way that the consumers ingest this stuff based on the way that developers and reviewers approach making games is completely warped the industry in a very negative way. Because it's making things very singular in approach. And the indie movement has really done great things for making it more diverse in terms of the types of games that we see, but you could have diversity in AAA at a grander scale and not have it be so reliant on traditions of how games should be. I think there's just a whole lot going on there. It's very complicated. And I just really hope that... Brewing Hamster! I just hope that game developers...
Way, I said.
Then and the industry as a whole wake up, man. Just wake up to what games can be and make it be special. Okay, we're gonna try this again. I always start off with that. That's like my go-to move. Whoa, get out of the way, Dio! Get out of the way. Oh, no, don't get cornered. Rio. Back up, back up, back up. Oh my god. Oh no. Nope, open yourself. Back up, Dio. Nope, back up. Okay. Wait for them. No, no, come on, Dio. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, Burrowing Hamster, this next fight's gonna be really tough and I will most likely lose, but that's okay. They intend you to lose. But you could technically win. I want to know what happens. Has Yu Suzuki ever designed a beat 'em up? I don't think so, but I'm not fully sure. He has not, Eric. But it would be awesome. It would be spectacular.
You're just a little punk kid. You got a death wish, don't you?
You're supposed to lose this fight.
I'll finish you off in 30 seconds flat.
You say this, Eric. You say this. But it's... my health is low from the previous fight. And he is beefy. Get good indeed. Okay. Back up. Back up. No, no, you're supposed to be... Oh, crap. Nope, wrong move. Input error. Oh, he did. He dead. He dead. Dioda's dead. That was just... Dude, he's dead. Murdered. Brutally. It's Chai, baby! C-H-A-I, Chai! He is Chai! Dude. C-H-A-I, Chai! He is Chai! You guys have no idea who that is. No, you have no idea. Brain Hamster, you missed Chai!
You did that.
Gollum!
Are you alright?
Chai is in Shenmue 1. He's the
I'm fine.
kind of the ominous antagonist.
Who are you?
We'll let this happen. Sorry.
You did? I'm sorry, but he's not here.
Not
I've been
here.
told I talk through this too much.
Kidnapped? Goodness, no. He's over in Hermit's Nest.
Way out.
Good night, Eric. Thank you, man,
That's
for coming
what
in. I appreciate it immensely.
they were coming after
I
Stone
thoroughly
Nest.
enjoy your presence and your
At least
commentary.
safely.
So don't be a stranger. If you're ever up, this is usually when I'm playing, so I know you're usually asleep. But if you're up, come on and say hi.
He has? Oh no. Yanjin is his apprentice. Or was.
Everyone say bye to Eric.
Yuen's disappeared. Those thugs are after my boy. What is going on here?
I'll be sure to tell you if I learn anything new.
I'd be forever grateful. I hope you find something.
Also, Vernon, if you liked the emote artwork, thank the Dyad. You can go on Twitter at the Dyad. At the _Dyad, I believe. He did the artwork for this. He's a talented pixel artist, and I love him to death. He made an awesome emote. And I also highly recommend that whenever on Meat Stick Mondays with Hungry Go Raya, to spam that to your heart's content. Let's heal up. So right now we are hanging out here. This is an interesting place. There's this character here. I think she's autistic.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I hate to bother you, but
If you have something to ask, I could go get my mother.
what?
Could you ask my mother?
Okay.
I think she's autistic. This character, when you talk to them a bunch, she says things like that a lot. Like I'm scared. I need to get my mother. And it's like, we're an adult, and they don't expressly state it, but I'm pretty sure. So this area here in Guilin is where this famous tailor lives. They are that building right here. This, and that's her daughter. They actually have their names here too. It tells them about them. So that's Ye Jixuan and Ye Zhufang, and yeah. So as you can see, they don't expressly state these things, but as you play, you'll notice. Like, people will reference them maybe and talk about them, but they're not a key character in the game, and what their job isn't very important to the story, at least from my experience. But there they are, and they live next to the stonemason here, next to this little river and stream, which has this other place that we don't have access to just yet. But it's a very cool location. So we're going to continue the story. Let's keep moving. We got our butts kicked, but that's okay. We will live to fight another day. My stats are beefed up too. Like, my attack's level 6, my endurance is level 5, and my kung fu's level 10. Those stats are good. And I'm not bad at the combat. It's intentionally, like, impossible to beat that dude. It's like the Chai fight. Oh my god, so where were we in Chai? Chai's in Shenmue 1. And he's this antagonist. He is wanting to raise the ranks of the Chiyu Min, the evil criminal organization that killed your dad. And he wants the mirror for himself. Now, this is interesting here. So, something that I'll point out real quick. We're going to pause it so that time doesn't pass. Chai's hanging out at the rooftop. Those 3 goons are roughing up stonemasons looking for the Phoenix Mirror in particular, right? Chai's not with them, I don't think. They are, of course, with the Chiyu Min, with Londi. They're looking for the Phoenix Mirror. And, I think that Chai is going to try to intercept them and get the mirror for himself. Because he wants to bring that in and get all the glory for him. He never reported to Londi in Shenmue 1 that you have the Phoenix Mirror. He's keeping that under wraps so that he can get all the credit for it, and not have someone else take that glory away from him, because he wants to rise those ranks for himself. Because why are the Chiyu Min looking for the Phoenix Mirror? They should know that you have it by this point, but they don't. And it's interesting. I love this also because the game has these antagonists that don't know certain things that you know. They also know things that you don't know. And it's fascinating to see that stuff kind of play out. That stuff to kind of naturally kind of happen. Characters are moving behind the scenes against your knowledge that you don't know about.
I need help with something.
Are you speaking to me? Oh, what do you need?
I'm trying to get to the Hermit's Nest.
It's all the way at the top of the hill, past the panda market.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, kids. Oh, those kids. So we're heading up into Panda Market. We're getting close to the point where we can do fishing, and that's going to open up a lot more fun, like a lot more games. But there's also this. Hey, look, kid, how's it going? You waiting in line for a steamed bun? Steamed buns. Look at this place, man. It's just alive. The Baiju stand. And like, you have just the restaurants, they're cooking, everybody's running their stalls, and like, it's so alive. These things, like, you know, the fact that there's a generator and floodlights, right? Why does that need to be there? It doesn't need to be.
This is... Guess I'll take it. Guess I'll take it.
These guys are maps for finding herbs. They kind of show you where all the rare herbs are for continuing your collection. Speaking of which, I need to see... Okay, I'm ready for the tiger thigh. Wait a second. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, I've already mastered them, that's why. Okay. I was confused. I was like, why aren't those... I already mastered the heaven flipping back twist fist, which I just got. We're gonna get this other kung fu move.
Welcome.
Well, come on in. You've got something to sell? I'll buy it, and I'll give you a good deal, too. You can exchange complete sets of items as well.
I genuinely feel the voice acting is far better than it was in Shenmue 1 and 2. Like, this guy's a cool voice actor. Like, I dig his voice. So we're exchanging those herbs for tiger thigh.
I trust you're satisfied.
I'm
Come by
very
anytime
satisfied.
if you have something you'd like to exchange.
So let's add that into my... let's get rid of counter elbow assault. Oops. Hold on. Oh, scope cutter. How do I change this? I want to change it. Okay. So let's go in there. Why can't I auto this? I want to make that be on there. Ah! Okay. Thank you. We'll see how that goes. Who says we want good voice acting? It's true, Burn Hamster. It's true. I like the cheese. It's not good, but it is better. Is that a better assessment for it? It's better than it was.
Why, hello there. Out shopping today?
So...
Got anything to sell? I'll buy any herb sets you've got on ya.
It's still hokey, yes, but I do like it. It's still got a charm to it, you know? Okay, I'm not ready to sell any of the big stuff. I don't have anything good enough for.
Not in the mood to sell after all? Well, just come back when you're ready.
I want to ask her a question. This character's interesting. You'll see why in a minute. I don't know if he does it now, but... come on. There we go.
Hello there.
Never seen you around before. You a tourist?
You could say that.
Figures. There's not a whole lot to see around here, though.
I see.
You know you're in a small town when Komei's store is the biggest attraction.
Hello there.
So it took me a little bit to realize that the first time you talk to somebody is your introduction. You can't ask them a question. You have to do it the second time.
For heaven's sake, what now?
What's the matter?
It's these new steamed buns of mine. They're not selling at all. Nobody said business is easy, but this is ridiculous.
This is ridiculous.
I see.
Look, if you buy the whole batch, I'll give you a discount. How's that sound?
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. You can flirt with that old lady. We're gonna see it a little later. We're gonna flirt with her. Steamed buns. Oh, you know you meant it in a lewd way. Come on. There's nothing wrong with that. She wants you to buy her steamed buns. I do too. Man, I want me some steamed buns. No joke. Look at this. Like, here's this little shrine, and there's like an apple and an orange. Why is it there? It just is. It doesn't need a reason. Hermit's Nest. That's where we're going. I went to a holiday Christmas/Thanksgiving parade in the just now. I just got back home from it with my daughter and stuff. We ended up getting a million things of candy, and I'm just like, I'm really like hungry. I want a steak. I have a leftover patty melt hanging out in the fridge. I might warm that up. You want to see me eat a patty melt on stream? So we're in the Hermit's Nest. Yeah, Vernity, you know what's up. It was super delicious too, man. It was great. So we're in the Hermit's Nest. This is where all the old people live.
Excuse me. Hello?
Yes, dear?
Do you have a moment?
Can who?
Excuse me.
Huh? Huh? Ooh.
Hello?
What's that, dear?
Can you help me with something? I'm looking for Yanqing.
Look at what now?
About Yanqing?
Oh, they sell that over at the Panda Market.
I'm looking for Yanqing.
Just go straight this way.
And I'll find Yanqing there?
No one.
Forgive me, but I was asking about Yanqing.
Oh, yes. Goodness me. I'm so sorry. Now,
Awkward.
I'm looking for Yanqing.
There, at the meeting hall.
Got it.
We're gonna highlight some things that make Shenmue special. Also things that people don't realize.
Excuse me.
We're gonna keep talking though.
If you're here to apprentice under me, I must respectfully refuse.
Interesting.
That's not it.
What? You're not? The only young people that come here are those looking to apprentice.
Sorry to bother you.
It's okay. Sorry to assume.
Yeah, sorry to assume. And then...
Excuse me.
What is it?
Wait, 1 second here.
I'm afraid I'm not accepting any apprentices.
You've got the wrong idea.
You...
It was fun. I loved it. Ooh, chicken soup.
Droves, asking me to teach them.
Sorry to bother you.
This is interesting. So you talk about these characters, right? 1 second here. Un momento, por favor. Okay, good. You talk about these characters, and Shenmue's always done this super well, but it's never something expressly stated by critics or players, is that these characters that you come across, right? So they have these little kind of bits of personality. And you're like, okay, well that's weird, and you kind of leave it at that, right? In reality, those things can be fleshed out. So it's meant for you to attach to a character and be like, that person's interesting, and kind of intentionally go to them for questions as you progress in the story, and you start to learn more about them. And you learn more about their history, who they are, and kind of their perspective and how they view the situation that you're in, the world around them, these sorts of things. But you could easily ignore that if you kind of flit around to all these different people. If you take that time to kind of latch on to somebody, you learn a lot more about them. But also talking to a wide, diverse amount of people exposes you to more interesting characters. So for instance, in Shenmue 2, there's a character, Shu Ying, martial arts master, is this master of this temple in Hong Kong. Super awesome, very attractive lady. And if you talk around to like this random electronics store in a nearby district, there is I know, right answer, in this nearby electronics store in this district in Hong Kong, there's a dude who obsesses over her and stalks her. But you wouldn't know that if you didn't find that person and talk to them about certain things in certain points of the story. There's a fortune teller that will give you the wrong advice when that advice involves interacting with another female because she's actually in love with you. You wouldn't know that if you didn't do that. And these characters, it's very much the same way. That lady, Hearing, she seems a little crazy. Do I want to hear more what she has to say? And you start talking to her more, and you learn more about what she has to say, who she is as a person. You learn about it. These two dudes, old masters of the craft, not looking for apprentices, but kind of are. You talk to them more. You learn so much more about them. In this little area here, the Hermit's Nest, where all the kind of the retirees are living, you start to learn so much more about these people and all about them and their story. And they all have a story.
Is anyone there? Looks like no one's home.
Oh, that's not the meeting place. Sorry, whoops. This is the meeting place. Meeting hall.
Excuse me. Is anybody home? This is weird.
This is weird.
Looks like someone's there.
There is. Genshin should be there.
Who's there? My name is Hazuki. I'm a friend of Mr. Yen's daughter, Shenhua.
Shenhua?
I'd like to talk to you. Can you open the door?
I'm sorry. I can't do that. As long as I stay inside and lay low, I'll be safe.
Be safe.
I understand. All right. I'm going home then. I'll go back to Shenhua's and fill her in on the situation.
Autosave complete. So we are gonna... Actually, we're gonna take a walk. I wanna explore a little more of this area. Like, look, there's the crazy lady. What's the crazy lady doing there? Hello, crazy lady.
Sorry to bother you. Hello?
What is their story?
Yes, dear?
Do you have a moment?
Say who?
This is a waste of time.
Who are you calling a waste?
Bam!
What do you want? Spit it out!
Okay.
Yo! Putting that foot in your mouth, my friend. You shouldn't do that. She heard him just fine. So here's a little secret fishing spot. Look at this. Ooh. We're gonna explore just a tiny bit. We still got some time before we talk to. Because there's actually a sign that has a fish symbol on it. I'll show you. Boink. See? Ooh, that's a great question. I mean, it's kind of shallow. I mean, you could see the bottom of it. One would think that, you know, if they're hiding corpses, it would be a bad idea to hide it there. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. But there are deeper lakes, so there's plenty of opportunities to hide more bodies. Oh, dear. Look at this place. This is pretty. We might have a quest that we can do. We could be able to do soon. Herb gathering. I know this is enthralling. Horticulture is definitely a highlight of Twitch. Damn your good sense of logic. Oh, you know I love you, Burrowing Hamster. You know I love you. Let's see, this kid got this from yet. Alright, let's go chop wood. How much money do I have? I have 98. Yeah, I need to chop a little bit of wood. Just a little bit of wood. Not very much. It's because I spent so much money in capsule toys for this little kid because I couldn't get the right one. So we're gonna go chop some wood, do a little more kung fu training, just a little bit, and then move on to the next day. Talk to Shenhua, find the next plan of action, and continue this wonderful plot. I love chopping wood.
What is it?
Oh. Wrong thing.
What? You don't need it?
I don't need anything.
I'll get it later.
I don't need anything. I want a split wood. Okay.
Excuse me.
What?
Split wood.
I'd like to.
Now we're...
I want you to watch me chop hard wood. Yes, watch me.
Yes.
Watch me do this. Yes, eggplants. That's euphemisms.
Yes. That's it.
Oh, I almost did not hit that.
Yes. That's it.
I love when you chop wood and get it perfect and this music changes. There we go. Listen to this music.
That's it.
My favorite thing in this game. Favorite thing.
Oh. Yes. Oh. Yes. That's it. Yes.
He's way too into it. He's like, he is like losing his mind.
Yes.
He's having too much fun. He's like, yes, that's it. You're doing it, Joe. You're chopping the wood, man.
Perfect. That's it.
There's not much entertainment in this village, apparently. We're just staring at no cable TV. Well, here's the thing. Shenmue talks about this. She does. So you know how we were making jokes about how everybody's thirsty for Dio?
No.
All these women are like hitting on him, and like and even the guys thirsty for him. The thirst is real. There's a reason. There's a reason. I couldn't believe it. So earlier in the stream, everybody missed this. I was talking to Shenhua, and he asked her a question. He was like, "Where are all the men? There's elderly, and there's women and children. There's not very many men around here." And she's like, "Well, they all go into the city at this time of year to go work, and a lot of them don't come back. You know, they either die or just get too used to city life, and they don't want to come back to the country." And so she literally is explaining that, like, yeah, these ladies are thirsty. They're very thirsty. Their dudes are not there. They are ready to get freaky deaky, you know? I want to train that move. Is what I want to do. That new move I got.
Here to train?
I'm going to train real quick and then we'll go see Shenmue. They are ready to mingle. And it's funny that you pick up on that, right? You picked up on it and like, oh, that's silly. That's so stupid. And then it's like, we wrote it that way intentionally. They are thirsty because all the dudes are gone. I didn't think about it. It's really crazy. Alright, so need X square circle. Okay. Ready to mingle, but not single. Hey man, everybody's got needs. Everybody's got needs. Okay. I'm getting a better concept of the combat system. There is something I had to... Okay. Just holding it doesn't do it. Does it? Oh, it does. Okay. I was trying to see about, like, the blocking mechanic. If there's, like, a counter. And there isn't. Like, in Shenmue 1 and 2... hitting the block at the right time kind of stuns a person, and it doesn't really do that here. I felt like a true Wushen warrior. It's fascinating.
Do you wish wish to keep going. I'm sure you do.
I kinda do, but I got work to do. I'm sorry, I gotta go talk to Shenmue.
I'll be waiting.
We'll come back. Promise. Gotta see my girl Shenhua. Shenhua, hey girl, you up? What you doing? Booty call.
Hey, Shenhua.
What is it, Liao?
I went to the Hermit's Nest and talked to Yanxing.
Oh, good. That means he's still safe. And what of my father?
I didn't get that far. I'm sorry.
What? Why not?
Yanxing wouldn't even open the door for me. He's pretty terrified.
That's terrible.
It's terrible.
We haven't found a single clue about your father.
True.
I can't even find those thugs.
Liao,
We've got nothing.
What the hell do we do now?
calm down, Liao. Anger won't get us anywhere.
But...
Clear your mind.
Huh?
This is what my father would say. When you're stuck, throw out everything you think you know, and approach things from a different angle.
Yes.
Is that what he would do?
It sure is. And you clearly feel pretty stuck.
You can say that again.
Breathe,
I'm going to go see Yanxing again. Maybe this time I can get him to calm down and talk to me for a minute.
Okay.
Maybe. Let's see. Let's talk to Shenhua and then get some sleep. Cause our ass be tired. I had somebody I was talking to them about Shenmue, and they loved Shenmue 1, but they hated Shenmue 2. And the reasoning behind it is one of the strangest things I've ever heard come out of someone's mouth. The reason why they hated Shenmue 2 versus Shenmue 1, they loved Shenmue 1 because it made them love Japan. And in Shenmue 2, he's not in Japan, so they didn't like it. What? I don't have an answer for you for that. That's the most shallow thing. Very bad opinions are just all over the place. You gotta let them slide. It's the strangest. That's the strangest. That's the strangest. Like, that's one of the most, like, shallow things I've ever heard.
Do you have a moment?
I do it more for comedic effect, Vernon, than anything.
To know that he's
My reactions are more for comedic effect.
He'll be safe
They don't
there,
actually bother me.
It's pretty remote. Not many people go out that way.
Okay.
Yeah, the journey. That's just so important.
Hey, do you have a moment?
What is it, Liao?
I wanted you to know that he's okay.
He's bound to know something, since he trained under my father.
Okay.
Okay. That's kind of the point, is the journey of this character, but it's also to expose you to different cultures. And, like, why not apply that same fascination with Japan and, like, that attention to detail to Japanese culture and day-to-day life, and apply that to China, to Hong Kong very specifically, because Hong Kong and China are two very different things. And I found that really weird. And I also find, like, there is this weird fixation that people have on, like, Japan, right? And it's almost a fetishization of it, of Japanese culture, and that they love it just because it's exotic to them. And, like, for instance, like, that argument of, like, hold on, there's a letter.
A letter from Shenhua.
Liao, I've left early to take care of some things. Come to Ternary Spring later.
Ternary Spring?
Hmm.
This must be the way there.
There's this like the voice acting bit, right, where people talk about how they prefer the Japanese voice acting because it's better, and it's like, well, to a Japanese speaking person, that's not necessarily the case. And they just they eat it up regardless of whether it's good or not, because to them it's novel and different than what they're typically, you see, like they embrace that kind of culture shock. But they also do so at the expense of so many other things that aren't Japanese that are rich and interesting. And that is a big highlight, that what that person's opinion was very much highlights that weird bias. And it was just really interesting to see that kind of come to fruition in something so silly as Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2, where they played very similar. It's a continuation of the story, and that they didn't like it simply because it wasn't Japanese enough. And that, to me, kind of just highlighted this weird inherent problem in how some people approach anything. This weird pickiness. And I always found it to be so hard for me. Because, for me, I come into everything with, an open mind. And always trying to, when I think about it, to approach it from a perspective that's, trying to understand where they're coming from, what's his intention. These things are super important to me, right? So that way when I do review it, that I'm doing it, I'm coming from a place that is far more educated in the idea that differences are what make these things special, and that my own personal perspective is not the right perspective. It isn't the true perspective. And while some people can say, I prefer Japanese things, there's a difference between, I really like Japanese stuff, and I love anime, and I love manga, and I love Japanese JRPGs and games like that. That's great. And it's different when a person says, I love those things because they are intrinsically better than all these other genres and all these other pieces of media. And it's so weird to see people impose that. You see it a lot in that sort of fandom, but you see it from any kind of fandom. And it's just not for me, personally. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Lady's doing her morning thing out here. Hey, where's the Ternary Spring? I want to talk to her. I want to know what's up with her.
Hello?
What's that, dear?
Can you help me with something? Which way is it to Ternary Spring?
Turn what now?
I'm looking for Ternary Spring.
I'll tell you in a second, but wait till you hear this.
I want to hear it.
Okay.
There's a pretty girl working the prize exchange at the Panda Market. Prettiest in the village, they say. Mao Mei's her name. Course, she's not as good looking as I was at her age. You should go say hi.
Sorry, I...
Interested? I could put in a good word for you.
That's all right. I'm looking for Ternary Spring.
Just go straight this way.
Oh my gosh.
See the bell tower past the Panda
This lady was stone cold back in the day.
Got it. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to her for everything. I have to, right? How could you not? This lady's fascinating. Joe said he was going to talk to this dude first. An army of suitors. Dude, that lady was just getting some action every day.
It's me, Hazuki. I'd like to talk to you. Can you open the door?
I'm sorry. I can't do that. As long as I stay inside and lay low, I'll be safe.
I see.
Nope, he's not gonna listen to me. Yeah, that lady is something else. This is why I love Shenmue. Shenmue 2 had these two butchers that hated each other, and they worked next to each other, and so they constantly are insulting each other, being liars, backstabbers, and thieves, and all this stuff. Hold on, let's see if she is the prettiest lady. Hello. You are pretty.
Excuse me.
Hello, welcome. Have any tokens to exchange?
Actually, do you have a moment?
Sure.
I'm trying to get to Ternary.
I'm not going with you, you know.
That's not...
I'm kidding. It's just past the Sunflower Grove.
Got it. Thanks a lot.
It's all connected. You flirt. You flirt. Yeah. Wow. I don't even know what I was saying now. I always want to talk to that old lady all the time for all my questions about things. But you want to ask these questions of multiple people just because you get a little weird character things from them. This is why I always do this. I take things slow and I talk to people. Like, hey,
I need help with something.
I want to talk to you about it.
Are you
Because you have something to say.
Oh, what do you need?
I'm looking for Ternary Spring.
You just keep going straight from here.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Ternary Spring. Hey, how's it going? Yeshichuan. Welcome to Ternary Spring. I have like a billion. Licorice. Oh my gosh, licorice for days. Could open up a old Twizzlers factory with this licorice. Shenmue's just chilling at the tree. Hey, Shenmue.
There you are.
She's like, yo, I'm high as a kite.
This is one of my favorite places. I come here whenever something's bothering me.
Aww.
The tree protects me.
What the?
Dun dun dun. Yep. Little did he know.
Iwao.
Did you just say wow?
Wow! Look at you!
Father's name.
Looking all handsome.
Ah, I see. Well, you're the spitting image of him, I'll say that.
You knew my father? What is this mark?
Iwao made this mark when he was practicing his punches.
Faja?
He did.
How is Iwao? Is he well?
Oh, he did.
He was murdered.
Oh,
By a man named Landi in Yokosuka.
Landi.
Do you know him too?
I do. His real name is Zhao Long Sun, the son of Zhao Sun Ming.
Zhao Sun Ming's son? Look at this photo.
This is Iwao and Zhao Sun Ming when they were young. They both trained here, sharing techniques and getting stronger together.
It's because they're the protagonists.
Landi said that my father killed Zhao Sun Ming. Frankly, I don't believe it.
I know better than anyone that he was not a man capable of murder. Visit Mon Yuan Temple. The resident monk there might remember more about Iwao.
Manuon Temple. Oh man, this is where it starts, my friends.
Ryo,
Shenhua, what's Manyuran Temple?
it's a long-standing temple in the village.
Where is it?
Go back to the village square and walk past the bell tower.
Got it.
It's interesting because like, most of the areas are slowly unfolding right now. We're still in very much kind of the tutorial stage of Shenmue. Very few, like we only had one real combat encounter, and all the areas have been kind of blocked off and naturally opening up to us right now. But we'll be getting, we will be getting some interesting things. I'm going to show you some stuff's going to be starting happening now that we've got Manuon Temple opened up. I know this makes it seem like I know what's going to happen before it happens. Full disclosure, I have a saved game that is just a little bit further than where we are. Only because, in those instances, like the last time I tried to stream and my daughter was having a hard time sleeping, she'd just lay on me and sleep, and I could play the game. I couldn't stream it because I wanted to talk.
Guess I had a little too much to drink after all.
Okay. And so I would play the game, there with her kind of laying on me and kind of comforting her. So yeah, I get a little bit ahead because I need to ingest Shenmue as much as I can.
You just keep going straight from here. Just follow the sign at the bottom of the hill.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Hey, what are you doing with those kids? Hey, you drunk guy. Get away from those kids. Going to the Manuon Temple. Horse stance. 500 yen. There's the temple. We ain't going there just yet. We've got to make a stop. Get away from those kids! So now that we have access to Manuon Temple, you'll see all these guys fishing. And you're like, what's up with that? There's all these people fishing. That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. That's because, unlike the reviewer at Polygon, who said that all they did was spend their time chopping wood endlessly to make measly, paltry sums.
Excuse me.
Welcome.
Hello. Welcome. Sir, would you be interested in the Bailu fishing tournament?
I would be.
Fishing tournament?
It's a fishing fest, hosted by me. The rules are simple. Catch the biggest fish, and you win. The winner gets a special made original t-shirt.
Oh, I get an original t-shirt. And it's on like Donkey Kong.
Count me in.
Because,
thanks.
Oh man.
The event starts at 12 noon.
Oh man, there's so much to say.
Catch the biggest one you can in 3 hours.
3 hours, huh?
By the way, aren't you here to rent equipment?
I have to rent it?
Yep. One rental, one fishing session. Once you've started fishing, you can stop anytime. But you'll have to re-rent if you want to fish again.
Fishing ain't too crazy difficult.
What do you want?
So, we don't have to worry too much about the challenge of this, but we need to find the right spot. And I went to one place and it went well, but there's a better place.
This one.
I think.
You got it. You can fish wherever there's a little fish symbol.
I'm gonna go in that pond that we saw earlier. That little tiny place.
Okay.
I'm really curious to know if that's a good spot. It seems like out of the way and weird. So it's right up my alley. That's where we're gonna go to fish. All those people are fishing there. Nope, not happening. The more people there, the less I want to fish there.
I should talk to more people around here.
See, it blocked up that area. That's not the place I want to go. I want to go this way. The lions they'll get tangled. Worst time ever. It's true. It stinks. When I was a kid, I went on a fishing trip, and one of my earliest fishing memories. I used to fish a lot as a kid. And one of the things that I remember doing was I caught this fish and we let it go, and then I caught it again. And then we let it go and I caught it again. And the fish was just all mangled and bloody, and it was terrifying as a kid. I just kept catching the same fish over and over again. Can I fish here? I should be able to fish here. I'm now... Dio? Oh no. There. Oh my god. Oh my god, Dio. I almost lost you, buddy. I want to fish here. I can't fish here. I want to fish here. It's got a fishing sign. The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. I want to fish here. No. No! My secret spot! Why can't I fish here? Do I have to be up above? Like... What? Why can't I fish here? I just want to fish here. Okay, that's not helping. That's not working very well for me. Maybe I have to be up here to fish from above? No. Okay. Well, we just wasted a half hour of in-game time. Alright, I'm freaking out now. Okay. Okay. Fishing expert guy is fishing over here. Let's try that spot. Okay. Let's fish. This is how you make money. You make a lot of money. This is what you need to do. We need to not panic. I didn't fish over here before. Let's try it and see. Excuse me, lay cucumber. Hold on. He's right there. Excuse me, Tubbo. I want to fish here. Why can't I fish? Oh, there it is. Oh, come on. No. Come on. No. Tubbo's in the way. There.
I think I can fish here.
Yes. Joe's got endurance for days. Okay. So pick your spot. Look, Lu Baishan already has 1,142 gram fish. I'm screwed. Okay. So we wheel it in. And hold it where it tells us to. That's all you gotta do. Easy peasy. Hey, he's a gatekeeping asshole, so you know what? He can suck it. He's an ass. And when I beat his ass in the fishing tournament, then he's gonna know. He's gonna know who did it. Who kicked his butt. It's gonna be me. This game is so cool. You know it is. It's Shenmue, baby. Ugh. I'm not. Look, 2,000. 2,000? What in the world? How do I get 2,000? That's a taco fish. That was a taco fish. I want me a 2,000 gram fish. No, I'm just catching me some jellyfish. Some little teeny tiny scrawny fish. There we go. 930. Not even close. Let's just keep going. Come on, Dio. You gotta go. You gotta go. I don't have a prejudice against it. I don't eat it typically, only because the rest of my family does not. I like seafood. You gotta get good seafood though. You can easily screw seafood up. I used to eat a lot more when I was a kid because my family was really into it. Because we used to fish a lot and we'd eat it. We had like catfish all the time. You know, fun fact, Ronan T, I have only had sushi once in my life and I almost died. But not because of the sushi. I used to work at a Blockbuster. and there was it was in Ann Arbor, Michigan. All right, so it's a big college city. I know, right? And I was a manager there, and really bad weather had hit, and all the employees didn't show up for work because they didn't want to be in the bad weather, and I had to work alone. And somebody was just like, "Hey, like, the storm's going to be really, really bad. You know, do you want some food?" And I was like, "Sure. Like, it's my treat. Customer, they love me to death. You know." And I was like, "They love me." And I was like, "Sure, sure." And they're like, "You ever had sushi?" And I was like, "I've never had sushi, but why not now, right? I might not live." And he's like, "I'll get you some sushi." So I ate it. And this tornado landed right down the road in downtown Ann Arbor. It was terrifying. And we had single plate glass. I had to go in, lock the doors, and go hide in the bathroom. Ooh, a European carp. That's an invasive species. But it was delicious. The sushi was delicious. Yeah, exactly. It was good, though. I liked it. I don't know what I had. What kind of sushi do you guys like? I'm curious. Like, what's good? What is it typically, and what, does it consist of? Like, I'm curious. So you also get money for these fish. Every fish you catch is worth money. So you're making money here as you do this. What kind of sushi that has fish on top and warm rice on the bottom? Tuna, salmon, scallops, crabs, eggs. Crab's really good, and I like tuna. I like tuna a lot. Like, I eat lots of tuna in my life. My wife always gets mad because I put like tuna on macaroni and cheese. I put tuna on a lot of things. She thinks that's disgusting. I'd be down for barbecue eel. I'd be down for barbecue eel. I don't want to see it get cooked, but I would eat it. Yo, look, Lu Baizhang has got 2,933 gram fish right now, okay? You right now, you're fishing his bush league. Eel are disgusting looking creatures. Absolutely disgusting creatures. Uh-oh, guys. We're fishing these waters. Clean. Look at that catfish. That's a big catfish. Yeah, I fished a lot of catfish in my childhood. Because what you do where we were, like out in the country, you just put some catfish in a pond, and they would just breed like crazy, and then you have 1 billion catfish. And then you just fish that, and you're good for the rest of your life. It is really good. Ooh, a green catfish. This is Seafood Talk with Bogus Meat Factory. I really enjoy my faux catfish, right? You're like, Bogus, what is faux catfish? In reality, it's a mixture of cardboard, styrofoam, and other recycled materials to create kind of a unique palate flavor. Our spices consist of gravy, Alzheimer's disease, the blood of the ancients. These are the things that are kind of the staples of a bogus meat factory faux catfish. Oh, whoa. Fish Talk with BMF, new podcast. Look at, I got a big carp there, but it's not big enough to beat Luge Bajan, which is the gatekeeping asshole who I want to beat desperately, and the time's almost up. Oh my gosh. Come on fish. Here, fishy, fishy, fishies. Come on, be big. No. Comet carp. Oh, we're so close. Come on. Come on. Come on, you asshole. You little asshole fish. Come on. Get. Yes, okay, we got it before. Oh, no. This is the saddest fish I've ever seen. I can still go? The fishing tournament, though. Let's try one more. Let's see what happens. It says 3 o'clock. I don't know. Oh, it is over. They don't have the records anymore up on top. So yeah, it has ended. And we have failed miserably. Like the losers we are. Yo, you're a loser! Your father would be so disappointed in you. He'd be like, I died for this? This is what I died for? You losing the fishing tournament? This is how it's gonna end? Right? Your story? Not a fishing champion? Okay, let's turn everything in. I think we're good for right now. Because the tournament's over. Yes, you will pass. His father's very displeased. The ghost of his dad is right now seriously like weeping with just pure and unadulterated disappointment. But look at all the money I made. I caught a lot of fish. Got some big ones. I'm proud of those ones. Got a 2,373, almost. Made 278 buckazoids. Not bad at all.
Just look at this haul. You've got quite some skill.
I just got lucky.
Too bad it didn't net you the win in the tournament, yo. Earned the respect of Lu Baishan. Listen to this guy. Just listen to him.
Excuse me.
Hold on 1 second.
What is it? Which way is it to Mondrian Temple?
A temple? The building you can see from the big pond is definitely a temple.
The big pond?
Yeah, there's a temple near the big pond. Think I remember a signpost for it near the village square.
Got it. Thanks a lot.
He wasn't as much of an asshole in that conversation, but I can assure you he is an asshole. I promise you. And I promise you, he's a big asshole. I don't like him. Not one bit. If you've heard my previous interactions with him, you would realize just how terrible he is as a person. How we should be ashamed. Alright guys, we're going into the temple. Try to pick up this licorice. It's like this guy here, right? He doesn't like me. Watch this.
I need help with something.
What do you want?
I'm looking for Mon Yuan Temple.
Are you dense? You didn't check a map before coming here, did you?
What?
This is Mon Yuan Temple.
Oh, I thought so.
So fun fact, right? My previous playthrough of this game, I asked him that question on his way up here. And he was just like, dude, there's a sign right next to me. Look at that. And here he's like, are you dense? It's right in front of your freaking eyes. But this dude also is an ass to me. But when I have Shenmue with me, he loves her. And he is just melting in her hands. I can't wait to fight the kid. I'm gonna have to at some point, I'm sure. I hope I do. Okay, cutscene. Center myself.
Pardon me.
How may I help you?
Do you remember a man named Iwao Hazuki?
Hazuki. How do you know that name?
Iwao was my father.
I had a feeling I knew you.
Do you remember anything about my father's time that he spent here, in the village?
That was almost 20 years ago. He came here all the way from Japan to train with a companion of his.
This one.
Ah, yes, this young man. He and Iwao often came here together. His name was Josun.
Everyone says his name differently. What is
What
it?
happened to them after they trained here?
Only that they suddenly stopped coming to the temple. I don't
Awesome, Burry Hamster. Thanks you for at least coming and watching and interacting. I appreciate it. Pop in anytime when you're around, okay? I love having you. You were an absolute blast.
I may still have an email Iwao wrote.
What's an email?
I'll go take a look.
Yes, please.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate the lurk mode.
Everything related to the history of the temple. Please have a look around.
Right.
Thank you.
Oh, man. Look at this place. Look at the kitty.
What a well-behaved cat. I wonder how Feng Mei is doing right now.
Feng Mei was the assistant, the housekeeper and assistant to Shu Ying in Shenmue 2, and reminded him of the cat that he took care of in Shenmue 1. So I think that's funny. Alright, let's see. Let's open up some drawers. Investigation time with Dio.
Oh, this is...
You damn well know what it is, Dio. You shut your goddamn mouth. That is a beauty. That is a work of art right there. It's the second motherfucking Saturn. Hanging out in a monastery in 1987. It transcends space and time, the Sega Saturn. You know, it's a true work of art there. Love the Saturn. Vernon, I don't know if you know this or not, but the Sega Saturn is like my all-time favorite system. I love the Saturn so much. It's so good. Saturn is so much fun. It is the underdog, absolutely, of all consoles, really. And it is filled with some of the most fun and replayable games.
I've never seen a magazine.
Oh, I love the Saturn so much. Have you played any Saturn games, Vernon T? I'm curious. Not much. What kind of games are you into again, Vernon T? I love to hear people's like perspectives on what their preferences are. I had a friend with a Saturn as a kid. That must have been awesome. We came into the Saturn much later in my life. When it died, my brother, oldest brother, had gotten it and a bunch of games on clearance. He bought a Saturn and a bunch of games, including Panzer Dragoon Saga, Dragon Force, Burning Rangers, Shining Force 3, Magic Knight Rayearth, Saturn Bomberman, on and on and on. All the big, super expensive stuff. And,
This is relaxing.
This is relaxing.
This is... What a sly pose. Not really my type, though.
What a sly pose. Not really my type, though. I know. Pigs aren't my thing either.
This is...
So we got it all for super cheap. And, I love the setting so much.
Fish here.
Yes, Dio, you can fish there. Oh my god.
Can I climb up there?
I actually don't think you can, Dio.
Where is this?
J-Rod! 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 Did you see? Did you see? Look, 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 Shenmue, Shenmue, Shenmue. Look, 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 look.
This is...
It's a Saturn! It's the Saturn! It's the Saturn! What you gonna do? My favorite games are Hollow Knight, Animal Crossing, Breath of the Wild, WarioWare, Darkest Dungeon, Chrono Trigger, Vernon T. We are but soulmates in the realm. It needs a RAM card, J-Rod. Exactly what were they thinking? You can't save any games on the eternal, memory of the system. One game. A single save file of Dragon Force, and that's it. That's it. You can't even do a season of World Series Baseball 96. Nope. Not gonna happen. Vernon T, we are soulmates in the sea of video games here. Are you excited for the new Animal Crossing? I know I am. Those are some excellent games. Darkest Dungeon isn't necessarily my cup of tea, though, to be honest. But I love everything else. World Series 96, J-Rod, is seriously my all-time favorite. Or is it 98? I don't know. Is it 98, 96? I don't remember. It's on the Saturn. All-time favorite sports game. I did a complete season of real time with the Toronto Blue Jays for some reason. I have no investment on the Toronto Blue Jays. And I absolutely adored it. I loved it to death. Anyways, let's continue the story.
This is... What? The Verdant Bridge?
Verdant Bridge.
Must be pretty old. What the? Who exactly are these people?
Oh, Dio. Poor innocent Dio.
So sorry to have kept you waiting. Have you found anything of interest?
This photo here.
Ah, yes, that photo is said to be of an Imperial envoy dispatched to Bailu village by the Emperor himself.
What are these crests on these banners?
They represented the will of the Imperial family. A dragon for the Emperor, and a phoenix for the Empress.
Yes!
It is said that the Emperor of the time revered the dragon and phoenix greatly.
It's true. Why was this Imperial envoy visiting Bailu village?
I'm afraid that is all I know.
Would you mind if I borrowed the photo?
Oh, It wouldn't hurt to show a bit of faith in Iwao's son. Please take it.
Thank you. I'll be sure to bring it back to you.
The dragon
Hold on,
and Phoenix.
take this too. Your father left it as an offering for the temple. I cannot read what it says, but I hope that it brings you some comfort.
Akane, I promise. Return. So, photo of the verdant bridge. Yes. The Ima from his father.
I should show that picture to Shenhua.
We'll get to it, Dio. So, what we just got. So we knew that the two mirrors, the dragon mirror and the phoenix mirror, were some sort of key to a great imperial treasure. Right? It led to the Phantom River Stone when light shines through it with smoke, kind of creates this coordinate system that triangulates exactly where it is using stars. I don't quite understand. Kind of complicated. But this Imperial envoy came here. They built this bridge for that very specifically. And they wanted this made, these mirrors made. I'm guessing this is what happens. And it was very curious. Lore dump, man. We're learning so much about the nature of the mirrors themselves. We got hints and pieces of it in Shenmue 1 and in Shenmue 2, with a big reveal at the end, right before the very end of the game. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. And it's coming from a person who has spent so much time like listening to people kind of theorize about what the mirrors mean, what the goal was, what's going to happen with all that stuff. Hold on.
I need help with something. Oh, it's you again. I'd like to spar with you. Happily, and treat it like a real fight.
Okay, let's treat it like a real fight. Like
Give
men.
me all you got.
I get to spar this little brat. Okay, well, let's see. Tiger Thigh.
Here.
So Vernon, I'm curious, like what what's the big draw for Darkest Dungeon? It's like I tried to play it, and I got kind of bogged down by the menus, for me personally. But I want to know, like, what makes it great for other people. I'm always curious about that stuff, about like what kind of draws you into these stuff, what drives you to, like, some things that you play it to the day you die. That's a big deal.
Okay, thanks. See you again soon.
I think that's a really big deal, and I'm very curious to know, like, what would drive a person, what sort of stuff drives that? Because, like, for me, I'd be playing Shenmue until the day I died, and all the Shenmue games, and, like, Mist Online. Like, that stuff to me is stuff that I would be playing to the day I die. And Darkest Dungeon has always interested me, but I just can't get into it, and I'm curious to know what makes it so special for you. Because that stuff gives me more perspective. It also makes me much more able to maybe approach that game again with better eyes.
This is the Verdant Bridge. 1910, the second year of Shren Tong. That's the year it was finished.
It's pretty old then. The resident monk said it was built for an imperial envoy that visited Bai Lu. Look at the flag and the mirror.
These patterns match what we saw in my father's quarry. This might help us find him.
Is there anyone who might know more about the bridge?
Elder Ye probably would.
Who?
The elderly lady who makes medicine for the village. She lives near the village square.
Interesting.
Perfect. I'll go see her tomorrow.
Thanks.
Let's talk Shenmue. Let's have a second. How you doing? How you doing, girl?
Hey, Shenhua.
What is it, Liao?
I should go see Elder Ye tomorrow, right?
Yes.
I hope she'll be able to give us a lead.
Yes.
Okay. Let's get some sleep. Go talk to Elder Ye. What will tomorrow bring? I know not the answer.
Liao, it's morning.
Right.
It's interesting that at first, Dio would wake up to his alarm on his watch, and then like as his relationship with Shenhua kind of develops, she wakes him up now. She's getting a little comfy with him being there.
Good morning, Liao.
Good morning.
Did you get enough rest?
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah? Headed to the village?
I am. I need to check out the Verdant Bridge.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Let's check out the Verdant Bridge.
Leo. See you later.
Yeah. See you soon.
Let's just head straight to the village. There is something about people humming that, to me, or people singing, in a way like this. They also did this in Shenmue 2 when Shenhua was singing outside of the cave when they were walking towards Bailu Village. This kind of like singing like nobody's watching you. It's not very rehearsed. It just seems very raw, like a person just kind of like a real person humming a song or singing alone. That I love to death, because like for me, I do that sort of thing, but I also like I relate to that. But also, you just feel more real instead of having kind of this, you know, this like pop song kind of play at a dramatic moment, like, you know, games like Kingdom Hearts does this, and it just, for me, this sort of thing just makes me feel so much more attached. I don't know, crazy.
There.
I'm weird.
You're
I know.
that boy from Japan.
I need your help with something. Do you know anything about when the Verdant Bridge was built?
The Verdant Bridge? The Verdant Bridge, you say?
All the villagers told me.
Immersion is immersed.
And why is that?
I'm curious about all the stories behind it, and the past in general.
Why do you want to know about something that happened so long ago?
What? Actually, I
have nothing to tell you.
She don't like you, Dio.
Just leave.
Please, I'm begging you.
Are you deaf, boy? I have nothing to tell you.
I need to know.
I told you to leave.
Very well. Sorry to
Oh,
bother you.
dejected. Dio had some emotion there.
Guess I'll have to find another old-timer.
Oh, well, that's not very nice. I know the perfect old-timer. She is not there. She is this way. I know the perfect old-timer, Dio. Old crazy teeth. Excuse me, young boy. There she is.
Excuse me.
Yeah? Huh? Oh?
Hello?
What's that, dear?
Can you help me with something? Do you know anything about when the Verdant Bridge was built?
Make what now?
I'm curious about all the stories behind it, and the past in general.
Oh, I made
It's starting to
a
rain!
great many memories on that bridge.
Oh, snap.
Can I ask you about the Verdant Bridge?
You want to hear about it from little old me?
Yes, I do.
Please,
because
tell
you
me
were
more.
a trollop as a child.
I will. No, I've changed my mind. I shall take this story to the grave.
Huh?
I'm a married woman now, after all.
What?
Okay.
No! Tell me that story you're gonna take to the grave, lady. What is this lady's deal?
Do you have a moment?
All right, then. I'll tell you. No, I've changed my mind. I shall take this story to the grave.
Okay.
Slipper a roofie? I don't know, man. This lady is something else. She tried to hook me up with another lady who runs the Panda Exchange Market. And she is something else. She's a character. I gotta talk to her about everything, because I want to know more. What? She had many an adventure on that bridge. She was getting busy under that bridge, and she's gonna take it to her grave.
Excuse me.
Why, hello there, Sonny. What can I do for you?
I hate to bother you, but
This place is colder than a day-old dumpling. Oh, I just can't seem to warm up no matter what I try.
Lovely, she took it.
On the other hand,
It's true.
a cool composure hiding under fiery rage. Fascinating.
right.
Right.
Excuse me.
Conversation over.
What is it?
Do you know anything about when the Verdant Bridge was built?
I know nothing out of the ordinary.
I'm curious about all the stories behind it, and
And the past in general.
Sorry, but I seldom go there.
I see.
You know, all meetings are fated. Would you like to see how charcoal is made?
No, thank you.
That guy and his friend who he plays backgammon with are charcoal makers, and they're not taking any apprentices, but they totally want people to be their apprentice.
Excuse me.
Why, hello there, Sonny. What can I do for you?
Do you know anything about when the Verdant Bridge was built?
The Verdant Bridge. Those were the days.
I'm curious about all the stories behind it, and the past in general.
In my day,
young people always chose that spot for secret running.
Now we're talking.
And if there was a full moon, well, watch out.
I don't think...
I bet everyone in this village has at least 1 or 2 memories about the Verdant Bridge.
I see.
Ah! Old people getting it on! Woo!
Excuse me.
What is it?
Do you know anything about when the Verdant Bridge was built?
You mean the bridge near the village entrance?
I'm curious about all the stories behind it, and the past in general.
Unfortunately, I don't know a thing about that bridge. It's old, though. Maybe you should try asking
You
the
are elderly.
I see.
Do you not think that you're elderly? All the elderly people are like, I don't know, ask somebody old. I am very curious to know what story it is that she's gonna take to her grave because she's married now. I gotta know. What's that story? What's that story? You don't tease that. You don't tease that.
Hello there.
Howdy, come on in.
I like this lady. Calling her gorgeous.
Excuse me. Gorgeous.
Yeah!
Please, young man. What is it you want?
I want to take you to the Verdant Bridge and get a little freaky.
Do you know anything about when the Verdant Bridge was built?
The Verdant
Everyone is
Bridge.
so thirsty.
I'm curious
So
about
thirsty.
all the stories behind it, and the past in general.
I don't know much about it. I'm a lot younger than you think, you know. That bridge was built long before I was born.
I see.
Old Sue might know something about it, though.
Ooh.
He's an insufferable old coot that can't stop bragging about his family.
Where is this person?
He ought to be on Sunset Hill. If you bring up stories about the good old days, he'll sing for you like a bird.
Got it. Thanks a lot.
For that, though, we got a side quest, ladies and gentlemen. We'll probably do the side quest and then call it a night.
I'm a little busy.
And then we'll pick back up again tomorrow night.
Play soccer with you.
I would love to play
You don't
soccer
have
with
a
you.
ball.
No.
Oh.
I want to be a soccer player, but my sister won't buy me a ball.
Oh no?
My sister, she's called May May. Works at a gift shop.
I know. That crazy lady tried to hook me up with her.
You must mean the prize exchange.
I really want a soccer ball. The Pale Toss place has one too.
It's just a pail toss.
Do they now?
Alright, CJ Rod, it is an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for stopping in. Oh man. I'll be here again all weekend, so tomorrow night, Sunday night, get it all done. We'll be working on Shenmue. I'm gonna help you, little kid. Of course I'm gonna help you.
You really mean it?
Yep. I promise.
I'll be right here.
Alright, let's go. Let's get you a soccer ball. It's time to play some pail toss. Yes! Yes, give me your meat. Give me that fresh meat. Okay. We playing some pail toss.
Pail toss?
Wanna try pail toss?
I do want to try a pail toss.
So that's the ball that boy wanted. Okay.
Thanks. Aim
Okay,
carefully.
this is hard. This is hard. Pail toss is hard. We gotta get the blue to get the soccer ball. So we need to go. Okay. Let's see if we can get it first try. Overshot. Overshot. Sorry. Camera, hi. Hi, camera. Let's see. There we go! First try, Dio!
Alright.
That's good.
It's the
It's
soccer ball
hard.
that boy wanted.
It's hard.
I should bring it to him.
Oh, that wasn't bad. Want to keep your streak going?
No, I do not.
Maybe some other time.
Maybe some other time.
See
That's
you
right,
around
Dio.
then.
Show some restraint.
Yopo, did you find it? Did you get the soccer ball?
Sure did. Here you go.
Yes, it's the soccer ball! I gotta show my sister that you got it for me.
Oh, yeah?
Here, Yopo. I'll give you this rare capsule toy. Or do you want me to tell you the secret place where you can fish?
I've seen the fishing spot. I know where he wants to tell me.
This looks pretty rare.
It's a mobile crane.
Thanks.
I'm gonna be a soccer player, Yopo.
Keep practicing.
That's awesome, kid. Keep it up. Don't give up on your dreams. I believe in you. Now I must ask someone a very important question. We're going this way. I'm gonna ask Thirsty Lady how to get to the... Not Thirsty Lady, the Crazy Lady. How to get to the place. You know the place. That place. Hey, Crazy Lady, looking at the pigs. How you doing?
Excuse me.
Eh? Oh? Oh?
Hello?
What's that, dear?
Can you help me with something? Which way is it to Sunset Hill?
Hi, what now?
Yo, what?
I want to get to Sunset Hill.
Oh, yes. Lots happened on the Sunset Hill when I was much younger. You want to hear all about that?
I do! No, Dio, I do! I want to hear it! What?
How do I get to Sunset Hill?
Is there a story?
Straight this way.
Stop yelling at me! I want to know. I want to know, Dio. I want to know. Why are you denying me this? I want to know. Alright guys, we're going to Sunset Hill. This is a new area. It's got fortune teller. Which I'm not going to do right now. I don't want a fortune teller. But we also have some more gambling areas here. We got some more places to gamble. And more chickens. A new place to chop wood. We gotta do some wood chopping. We gotta do some
I
wood
hear I can earn some money here.
Hey, young fella. You up to chopping some wood?
Part-time job.
Chopping wood.
Staff. Let's chop wood.
Sure, I'll help.
Now that's what I like to hear.
Let's get loosened up.
Focus, boy. There you go. That's it. Yes, yes. There you go. That's it. There you go. Yes, yes. There you go. Come on. Yes, yes. That's it. Yes, yes. That's it. Yes, yes. That's it. There you go. Yes, yes.
There we go. This the music's different.
There it is. Yes, yes.
What?
That's it.
There's different music based on very good and excellent.
That's it.
And it's Joy's song?
Close. That's it.
What? No, okay, so I know that the music is different when you do a very good. When you do a very good, music's different. I didn't know when you get an excellent. I didn't know there was an excellent. And it played Joy's song. What?
Up for doing some more?
One more time, because I'm not going to get an excellent. I want to listen to the very good music, because it's different from this one than it is the other one. And there we go. This is this music. It's really good.
There you go. Yes, yes. That's it. There you go. That's it. There you go. Yes, yes. Close.
No, Dio, you messed it up. I was rocking it. I was rocking too hard.
There you go. Yes, yes. There you go. That's it. That's it.
Let's get back to this music, yeah. And it, by the way, goes a long time without repeating, too, which I think is really cool.
That's it. That's it. Yes, yes. There you go. Yes, yes. There you go. Yes, yes.
No. No.
Focus, boy.
Joe.
That's
What are you
it.
doing?
Yes, yes. That's it. There you go.
So major revelations. Holy smokes. I don't know if anybody's got an excellent on that. I don't know if anyone has mentioned that. I gotta look it up online and see if, like, am I the first to get an excellent in the woodcutting and get the Joy song? No, I'm done, dude. Thank you for the opportunity.
No, I'm good.
That's so. Well, if you change your mind, come on back.
We're gonna talk to this dude, here, and we will then call it a night. He lives here somewhere. So let's go find out where he lives.
Excuse me.
What's up, kiddo?
Kiddo?
Do you know where Mr. Sue's house is?
Excuse me.
What do you want with my house?
Did you hear that?
I'm looking for an old man named Mr. Sue.
Ah, you're after Gramps.
I see. Where can I find him?
His name's Wen Shu. He's probably shut himself up in his house. It's the one all the way back there.
Got it. Thanks a lot.
Why is the darts music playing right now? Have I lost my mind? Am I going crazy now? Was I just hearing the Joyce theme song and it's not real, and I'm now hearing this and it's not real? I'm not crazy, right? I should go on Gramps.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Sorry to bother you.
Are you that friend of Shenhua's who came to town recently?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it as soon as I laid eyes on you. The rumors were true. You are cool with a slight bad boy feel about you.
You're so thirsty! You're so thirsty!
Rumors?
What's your name?
Oh my god, they're so thirsty!
No, your first name.
Oh, Ryo.
Ryo, is it? I'll remember that.
Excuse me.
Yes, Ryo?
Do you
Why
know
are you
where Mr.
so
Sue's
thirsty?
house is?
Right here. I'm Yachin Su. Can I help you?
I'm looking for an old man named Mr. Sue.
Oh, you're looking for my grandfather then. The oldest of the Sus. His house is right over there.
So the Sues pretty much just live here. It's all them. It's all Sues. And, is that dude a Sue? No, his name's Kingsley. Bye.
Is anyone there?
Wrong door.
It seems nobody's home.
What about this guy? We'll talk to him, then we'll call it a night. That's a lot. We got a lot of progress done. That's what, 11:15? Yeah.
Come in.
What is it now, eh?
I have a question for you.
You and everyone else.
Look at him.
None of you would know
That's a
anything
Davy
if not for
Bowie
me.
looking dude.
Go on.
Tell me about the completion of the Verdant Bridge.
He gets it on like Donkey Kong.
Bridge.
Is there anything you can tell me? Anything at all would help.
I don't get asked about it every day. But you look like the insistent type, so I'll tell you. I was just a boy, mind you, but I recall that an Imperial envoy was to come to the village. The bridge was built by the villagers as a way to welcome him.
It was?
Yes. The bridge you see today was built for the envoy's arrival.
And not for getting freaky every single
remember it
night,
vividly.
especially on the
It
full
was a
moon.
hot summer's day, and the envoy's clothing was quite ostentatious.
Nice vocabulary use. Ostentatious, great one. Donatello would be proud.
Why did the envoy come to buy loot?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Like I said, I was just a kid.
Is there anyone else who might know more about it?
Smoke effects.
Well, let me think. I'm pretty sure Suan was there.
Where is Suan now?
These days, I hear he hangs around the market.
The market?
Yes, but he's a bit of a drifter. I can't guarantee you'll find him there.
Understood. Thank you.
Alright. So we're going to call it a night there. We're going to save our game. We learned a lot today. We learned that people like to bang on the Verdant Bridge. We learned that life, like all things, is but a fleeting moment in destiny's ample bosom. We learned that I'm not going crazy, that was totally Joey's song. We learned not to judge a book by its cover, that sometimes there's a wealth of gold in the weird. I would like to thank you all for coming in. I appreciate it immensely. Like, I'm having a blast. I'll be back again tomorrow night, around 8:30 p.m.-ish. And we'll do more Shenmue. We're gonna do so much more Shenmue. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be doing so much more Shenmue. I'm so excited. So thank you, Vernon T, for the subscription. Thank you, Eric, for following. I love you guys. I will be seeing you all again soon, I am sure. Have a wonderful evening. Godspeed. Mm. Mm. Mm.